Thank you so much. All educators, I'm here for the emotional workshop, and it has to be emotional because what we are trying to do now, it's been a long time. We've been talking about these aspects since COVID started. I think our focus towards this emotional side of it or mental health really started increasing quite well. There have been so many discussions around. We we've been talking about it so much, but how do we really go about it? How do we really make sure that we are implementing it? Because the pattern of studies is still the same right now. The still we have so much of pressures we need to keep giving to kids. You have so much of pressure to make sure you are balancing your life between the two zones of professional and personal life. And then the kind of a running mode you are into, you also get into a situation having so many kids in your class. You sometimes are not in a position to take a good control of your own emotions, and it flows through. There could be a possibility you may know it. Okay, I can do, but I'm not able to do it. I think that those kind of situations must be there with you. Many a times you feel it. I can do, but I don't know how to do it, and I'm not able to do it. How do we really go about it? Let's experience it on ourselves first, and then we can have those same experiences going forward for the kids. So there is it's a beautiful emotional wheel in front of you. If you want, I can enhance it a little more for you. Now I want you, when we start now, before anything I'm talking about emotions, I want you to, as of now, just go within and note down. You must be having a note and a pad. It will be really needed. If you guys don't have it, please bring it together with you. Just note down, out of this wheel, which is the sector you are having a feeling as of now. What are you feeling? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling something happened in the day to day? You feeling the good trust factor? Something happened in the day to day. Just today's right now emotions. Some kind of a fear, some kind of a surprise factor, or some kind of a sadness, or you're feeling just disgust, angry, or in anticipation. So just note down particular emotion you having right now with you. Just note down that particular thing on paper. And from there further, there are some emotions attached to it. So let's say if you're feeling very happy, is the happy factor, can you define a little further? Is it optimistic? I'll open further for you. I'll just try to enhance it more, and I'll move it across. Okay. Right now I'm keeping the first half. So whoever is noting down from the first half can note down. Then I'll go down the second half also. So let's say if you're feeling very, very happy, is it optimistic one, or the confident happy, or you feeling very strong, joyful, aroused, or loving? Just define yourself a little more, because emotion is something you really go deep dive to really know what is it we are talking about, right? I'll just pause here, and then further just to find out, if optimistic, are you feeling positive and or inspired out of it? So you'll have, I am feeling happy because I'm being optimistic, because of some kind of a positive feeling I'm carrying. Keep noting down yourself whenever you are into a different zone, whenever you want to change a particular zone from one to the other. What I want you to know is, go and check out what are you feeling and pen it down on paper. Knowing is extremely important. Just don't ignore the kind of a feeling you're going through. You need to know it. Just capture that. This wheel can help you in defining that emotion even further to the deepest extent possible. You getting me? Should we move forward if you have noted down, all of you? Great. Thank you so much. So moving forward, we know what we are feeling. So I have just taken one activity with you collectively, the emotional wheel, and we have noted down and reflected what is it my recent experience, and basis that experience, what am I feeling? Now, what is emotional intelligence? You already know. We used a word emotional quotient in the beginning of the presentation, defined it quotient, because we usually talk about IQ kya hai, EQ kya hai, aapka social quotient kya hai. But end of the day, what is the result or a solution to it? EQ अच्छा है या बुरा है, but उसका outcome क्या है? Outcome क्या है? आपका EQ अच्छा है तो आपकी इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस अच्छी है. वॉट एवर वी वांट टू डू इट, वी वांट टू अप्लाई दैट इंटेलिजेंस इनटू आवर लर्निंग प्रोसेस. आप टीचर्स के लिए ये कितना इंपॉर्टेंट पीस हो सकता है, यू विल गेट टू नो ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. नाउ व्हाट इज इट? It is nothing but you are recognizing. So what I done, activity 1, we started with that. We recognized what are we having as an emotion. We will try to understand, then manage, and then regulate. You just by saying it, आज मैं बोलूं कि आपको गुस्सा आ रहा है, आप प्लीज, आपको पता है आपको गुस्सा आ रहा है, बैठ जाइए, शांत हो जाइए, कंट्रोल कीजिए अपने ऊपर गुस्सा आ रहा है, मुझे गुस्सा नहीं करना है. आई नीड टू बी, ये मेरा, दिस इज नॉट राइट, आई हैव नॉट, आई शुड नॉट डू इट. बट is it possible that everyone is in a position to regulate? Because just because I am telling you to regulate, you may not be do it, right? हम लोग को बहुत एंग्री मोड में हो कभी, और उसके बाद हम कहते हैं जी हमें गुस्सा नहीं करना है, अपने अपने आप को कंट्रोल कीजिए. कैन यू डू दैट? Our own emotions sometimes are not in our control. We are not in a position to do it. But the moment you start understanding why it is happening, what is happening, how do I do it, there are some tips if we have in back of our mind because we've been practicing daily, I think then it becomes little easier every next time. So what are we trying to do? One overnight things will not change. Things has to be practiced, and this is where I come into play because I have learned it again. So as Siddhant was mentioning, I was totally different earlier, an angry woman kind of a scenario. And I have turned down to a place where the patience has played an important role for me. And अब क्या मोड क्या आता है? Angry हूं, I know सामने वाला गलत बोल रहा है, but I carry a smile and I say, okay, I hear you. I understand your point of view, but here is my point of view. The moment you start working on those areas where you know how to now communicate, holding it to yourself and then communicating it, I think emotional intelligence plays a very important role there. This is where we are trying to learn. और वो कुछ भी handling situations में आ सकता है. It could be any relationship for that matter. So what you can do, you can actually enable effective communication. तो आ ही गया, empathy भी आ गया दूसरे की तरफ, and then you have very beautifully conflict resolutions. The angry moments gets completely killed. There was some data I picked up. I'll just, you can browse through it. I don't really need to read it out. We've really gone through different industry wise, and I happen to just extract some of the educational sector data. And it says there have been tremendous amount of improvement. If you really notice the percentages, I'm just keeping it in front of you, not speaking it out. From 11% up till 40% improvements studies में, students में, high EI की वजह से, academic achievements में, conflict resolutions में, classroom behavior patterns में, attendance improves, students engagement improves, violence खत्म हो जाता है काफी हद तक. If so much is happening already, you as a teacher, what do you want? Do you want all this only, right? And if you are in a position to give your side of it, आपकी वजह से अगर थोड़ा सा भी ये percentages improve हो जाते हैं, just think of it, the kind of impact it can create. One teacher, if creating 10 to 11% or a 20% of an impact in the school, how much of it really matters for the school? The whole thing changes. और impact आपके सामने नीचे already mentioned है. School leadership में मोरल बढ़ेगा, स्टूडेंट की एंगेजमेंट बढ़ेगी, ऑटोमेटिकली स्कूल का नाम हो जाता है. क्लाइमेट चेंज, कल्चर चेंज, लॉन्ग टर्म बेनिफिट, बच्चे का कैरियर डिफाइन हो जाता है. पीपल, किड्स, यू मस्ट हैव नोटिस्ड योरसेल्फ, किड्स हु calmly start working on their studies, not having anxious behaviors, unke results are many times better than the kids who are in a too much of a rush. They make wrong decisions in haste sometimes. तो ये बहुत हाई और अच्छे इम्पैक्ट्स इंडस्ट्री को मिल रहे हैं ऑलरेडी. सो व्हाई नॉट टू अडॉप्ट इट? और आपके स्कूल टीचर्स के लिए रेलेवेंस बहुत ही क्लियरली द EI ट्रस्ट बिल्ड कर देता है, बिकॉज द काइंड ऑफ एम्पैथी यू शो टू द किड्स, दे विल हैव मोर ट्रस्ट ऑन यू, दे विल कम एंड शेयर विद यू ऑल द डिटेल्स, देयर विल बी अ रैपो दे विल क्रिएट विद यू, एंड वंस रैपो इज क्रिएटेड दे आर कंफर्टेबल इन शेयरिंग एवरीथिंग विद यू. Understanding of students becomes very good. EI, resolving conflicts and maintaining calm, focused learning. We've discussed about this. And similarly, inclusivity, empathy, active student engagement, all that. So enhancers जो हैं basic, we all know it. It's not, you know, it's not innovative. So self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, and social skills. They are the 5 major factors. EI का पूरा structure depend करता है. And we are going to practice them. We are going to experience them. How do we do it? And this is where how I have planned this particular workshop for you. So what benefit, we've been talking about it, what benefits you would have once you have this workshop in place and having a high EQ levels by practicing over a period of time. You will be able to upgrade yourself. आपका खुद का stress आप manage कर पाएंगे. Mental health improves. So instead of reacting to any situation, you would start responding. As I took an example earlier, no? कोई सामने से situation आई, immediately we say, what are you doing? What is this? And suddenly, you know, हमारे को भी नहीं पता चलता कि that the kind of a statements we spell out, and then suddenly we realize, अरे, it was not needed really. Now, when you have little high EQ, you'll give it a pause, hear it out, what exactly is the situation, and say, all right. When the pause comes, your thinking is better, right? And then you can easily answer what you want to answer in a perfectly napatula statement instead of going overboard or not clarifying clearly. तो वो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पीस है किसी के लिए भी, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग टू एनीवन फॉर दैट मैटर. पॉज जो है वो बहुत इफेक्ट करता है. देन यू हैव टू कॉन्कर, यू कैन इजीली कॉन्कर योर फियर, डाउट्स, इनसिक्योरिटी सब खत्म हो जाती है जब हाई ईक्यू आ जाता है. क्यों? सिचुएशन है सामने, वो है, इट विल नॉट चेंज. लाइफ इज अप एंड डाउन. इफ लाइफ बिकम्स स्ट्रेट, यू आर नॉट लिविंग. सो इट हैज टू गो अप एंड डाउन. अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ गया, अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ गया तो फियर का कोई पॉइंट नहीं है. सिचुएशन है, it is there, we'll have to deal with it. Similarly, aapki communication skill, social skill, because now what you're doing, you're not just giving reaction, you're waiting, holding, you building up your statement and then mentioning it. It makes a lot of effectiveness and healthy environment, definitely. So expect some good changes. And accountability badega, leadership skill, ye sare skill automatically it starts flowing to you, and you can really show up in your CV too. Some point in time, you know. So overall satisfaction, it's a healthy environment. बहुत ज़्यादा talk ना करते हुए, I think it's a time we start working on it. What are we talking? Now, if I say awareness, okay, the first step जो हमने उठाया था, तो first thing we do is let's start our session with little mindfulness, and for a 2-3 minutes, only 2 minutes or so, I will ask you to just close your eyes and hear what I'm trying to say. Be a little comfortable. Close your eyes and take little deep breaths. While you're taking deep breaths, feel the breath. When it is going inside, it must be touching your nostrils. And little calming, nice effect it's creating when you are inhaling. Because there's lots of goodness you are inhaling. Just feel that. And when you exhale, heat is coming out of your nostrils. You may be feeling it. And if that is happening, feel all the stress, all the things, all the discomforts you had over the day is getting released with it. Feel that. You're feeling nice. Your breath has become deeper and deeper by now, right? Great. Now just feel around you. You were sitting on a particular couch or a place. Feel that. There is some cloth you're wearing. It's touching your skin. Feel that. Somebody's wearing specs. Feel that specs on your nose or on your eyes, ears. There is a little air around you, if there is any. Feel it. Feel the sounds. You must be listening to something around you. Just be there. Don't indulge yourself. Just listen and let it pass. Feel it. And deepen your breath further. Feel the presence. You are in now. Feel it. Feel it. Always, all the time, there are so many thoughts keep running in our mind. But if I ask you now to give it a thought, what is it I'm thinking? आप उस थॉट को खुद सोचो कि मैं ऐसा क्या सोच रही हूं. As if there is a wall and there is a hole and a mouse comes out of that hole. I'm asking you to focus on that hole and wait for that mouse to come out. Is it coming out? When you put a focus कि मैं क्या सोच रही हूँ, सोच गायब हो जाती है. थॉट ही गायब हो जाता है बिकॉज आपने उस पर ध्यान दिया कि मैं क्या सोच रही हूँ. राइट? बी अवेयर. यू फीलिंग द प्रेजेंस. यू फीलिंग नाइस. There's a beautiful smile started coming on some people's face, and I love that. Amazing. You guys can come out of this. Slowly open your eyes and feel comfortable and nice. Feeling good? Brilliant. See the beautiful smiles. I love this. So this is where anything coming in front of you, taking out a minute for yourself, doing a little mindfulness in focusing only the air going in your nostrils, going out of your nostrils, can start helping you in a big way. Have a practice. Anytime. No one is asking you, आपने meditation किया आज? Oh, मैं तो सुबह लेट हो गई, मैंने meditation नहीं किया. We say it. अरे मेरे को तो सारा दिन दौड़ती रहती हूँ, मेरा meditation नहीं होता. Meditation is nothing. On the running mode in the whole day. Any minute you take out for yourself, do a little mindfulness. You will be able to manage. Just a breathe. Okay. I hope you like this activity. We move forward. So we spoke about 5 of those characteristics under emotional intelligence. Self-awareness, self-regulation. दोनों self word के साथ हैं. It clearly says it is internally, that we need to work on ourselves. And there is a third piece, motivation. Again, internally. There are 3 things we need to work on ourselves. Internally are these 3. Self-awareness, be aware, self-regulate, हम लोग अभी देखेंगे, and motivation. The other aspects, which is intrapersonal. Okay, there is intrapersonal is on us, interpersonal is from the other people. So when emotional intelligence is being increased, अगर ये 3 aspect हमारे better हो गए, तो automatically we start behaving in a very beautiful manner in our social circle. और then क्या generate होना शुरू हो जाता है? We generate empathy for others. We generate our social skills over others. So ये over a period of time, automatically these aspects start working on you. Knowing is important. That's the reason why we are telling it to you now. Okay. Self-awareness, as we mentioned, developing self-awareness involves identifying and understanding emotions. हमने किया, देखा, wheel के through, try किया. Causes is the next step we can do. कि क्यों हो रहा है? वो अभी हम लोग फिर एक बार उसको भी एक्टिविटी करेंगे. And their effects on thoughts and behavior. अगर वो हो रहा है और मुझे क्यों हो रहा है और मेरे उसकी वजह से मेरे ऊपर क्या इफेक्ट है. I mean, if there was a reason, there was a situation, I know the situation now, but उसकी वजह से मेरे ऊपर हो क्या रहा है? What is it happening? So what, why, how? ये बहुत important questions for anything in this life. So it includes recognizing your strengths and weaknesses along with it. कि अच्छा ये situation जैसे ही आता है, I get mad. ये situation आता है, I know how to handle myself. ये situation आता है, I just go out of my control. आपको situation identify होने शुरू हो जाते हैं. You know your strengths and weaknesses by now. And then automatically आप उसके ऊपर work भी कर सकते हो. Slowly. You will take feedbacks. You can continuously improve. You know, keeping that confidence. Yes, I'm doing better. I'm doing better and better and better. And you automatically start developing your positive self-image and composure in major situations around you. So this is so important to have. Knowing, कहते हैं ना, knowing is 50% battle done, right? Only the knowing. अब आप क्वेश्चन पेपर सेट करते हैं, बच्चे क्वेश्चन पेपर लेके बैठा, एग्जाम लिखने से पहले हम उनको क्या कहते हैं, आप प्लीज रीड आउट करो अपने पूरे क्वेश्चन पेपर को 5-7 मिनट, take little deep breaths, understand do you how much of a paper you know, pick up the easy question, start writing, and then you come over to the other, because आपका confidence तब तक बढ़ जाएगा. I think the same thing we need to apply on ourselves. पेपर देखा, सिचुएशन देखा, इसमें से नोन फैक्टर क्या है? नोन फैक्टर्स इजी हैं, आई कैन गेट कंफर्टेबल विद, ओके, गेट कंफर्टेबल विद दिस नोन फैक्टर्स. अब ये अननोन फैक्टर्स क्या क्या आ गए बीच में, वो अननोन फैक्टर्स को आइडेंटिफाई किया. बाय द टाइम यू हैव डेल्ट विद योर नोन फैक्टर्स ऑलरेडी, कि मैं अब सामने, मैं एक एग्जांपल लेके चलती हूँ, सामने आपके साथ कोई पर्सन है जिससे आपका बहुत फ्रीक्वेंट कन्फ्लिक्ट्स होते हैं, आपको फिर से सिचुएशन अराइज हुआ, एंड देन यू से ओके, आई नो दिस पर्सन, every time's behavior pattern, you know it by now known things is there. ये मैंने स्टेटमेंट बोला नहीं कि इसने यहाँ पर बिदक जाना है इन अ रियल लैंग्वेज. ये स्टेटमेंट मैं बोलूंगी, अगर इस तरीके से बोलूंगी, दे मे ही मे नॉट लाइक इट और शी मे नॉट लाइक इट, एंड मैंने अगर ये स्टेटमेंट को कन्वर्ट कर दिया तो देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी इट मे सीप इन, और मेरी बात भी कन्वे हो जाएगी. तो आपको नॉन फैक्टर पता चल गया. जब नॉन फैक्टर पता चल गया तो आप कॉन्शियस हो गए, पॉज दिया और आपने उसको रिफ्लेक्ट किया कि मुझे ये स्टेटमेंट को कैसे यूज करना है, एंड देन यू डू इट. आपने रेगुलेट करना शुरू कर दिया ऑटोमेटिकली. अननोन कुछ आया, सडनली उसे ये एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं था, ये कुछ आ गया, अच्छा नोन को कवर करा, अननोन के ऊपर देन स्लोली वर्क किया. और कंपोज्ड इम्पैक्ट होता है, अगर कंपोज्ड थॉट प्रोसेस होता है तो मैनेज करना इज इजियर, राइट? सो अवेयरनेस हैज टू बी एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. एक छोटी सी एक्टिविटी अवेयरनेस पे, हम लोग एक्टिविटी इसलिए कर रहे हैं सो दैट बाय द टाइम यू आर डन विद दिस वर्कशॉप, you very well know how to deal and improve your EI regularly. Take your pen and paper, okay? And for 5 minutes, I want you to, I'll give you the topic. I want you not to pick your pen from the paper. 5 minutes, non-stop you will keep writing. You will not pick up the pen. Thought नहीं डालना है, जो इमोशन आ रहा है उसको निकलने देना है. Whatever it is, nobody is looking into your paper, no one will share it. You want, you can tear it off later. बाद में ये वर्ड्स पे बात करेंगे, पहले 5 मिनट मैं आपको दे रही हूं. It's 6:32 and 6:37. We pull it back. The topic for you is pick up a relationship in your life. It could be your the senior citizens relationship anywhere. It could be your peer relationship anywhere. It could be your junior kids or relationship. Any relationship. You just pick up one relationship. It is challenging and it is very important. It is challenging, but it is very important. Put your thoughts. How do you feel about these emotions? And what do you think? What can you do to improve? 5 minutes given to you. 6:33, 6:38. Don't pick up the pen. I'll repeat the topic. There is any challenging, however important relationship, pen down your emotions and how do you think it can be improved. Okay, let's talk. Put the pen down. It's a good amount of statements you must have written already. Just try to focus the words. There must be a lot of repetitions happening in your statements. A lot of repetition. You must be saying it again and again, some of the things. Just highlight them or put a line below them. And there could be some words which are catching your attention, which you feel, yes, it's every time I am trying to read the statements, this is something my attention is going towards again and again. Okay. There is a solution hidden in these repetitions and the words you're catching? Since I don't know the situation you're in, since I don't know what you're writing, so here I stop here because it's a monologue happening till now. Though you are doing the activity. Siddhant, if you can, raise your hand, any of you, raise your hand. Don't share your situation. Don't share any name. Don't share anything. Did you come out with some solution? I really want to know from some of you teachers, couple of you teachers, if you would like to share, how did you find the experience of doing this activity? Did some solution came out of it? Kajal ji, I think raised hand. Siddhant, please unmute.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Good evening, ma'am. Whatever I have penned down, that's just personal to me.
Yeah.
The solution, what I found is the patience. That's it.
Great. Good to hear. So you automatically have dealt into the situation. You've gone into the situation, made yourself aware, and found out your own solutions.
And I have been practicing it.
Brilliant. Great. Anyone else who wants to share? Two participants raised hand. Siddhant.
Ma'am, can I?
Please.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yes, the solution is I need to be calm and not to get easily frustrated.
Great.
So I know the solution, but then when you think about it,
How to do it is
how
the
to do
subject
it.
anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we are doing, we have identified so clearly. What here helped us? Helped us in journaling. First mindfulness and then journaling. We've done it ourselves. We are doing it ourselves. Okay. So while the practice, we are doing it in the process. I think we should. Yeah, please. Vinny ji.
Good evening. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, whatever I have penned down, I learned calmness and patience in the situation because through them I can think clearly how should I face the situation.
Brilliant. Ji. Mamta ji.
Okay, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, the solution that I found is that we need to talk out and discuss the feelings. So talking is very important. Communication.
Very brilliant. Absolutely. Till the time things are hidden, you don't get to know what is the other person is thinking. So it is very important to know. Yes. Rachna ji.
Ma'am, what I found, I know the fact because I am writing. When I was writing it continuously, I was getting I was getting this indication कि me myself is in a denial mode in accepting the fact. So it is true, and at the end, I should accept it with very calm and quietly.
Brilliant. I really love this. This acceptance is
Mm.
something we don't have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Brilliant.
you.
जी दीपाली जी आप नहीं आवाज नहीं आ पा रही दीपाली जी can't hear you Dipali ji. I don't know if it is at my end.
No, Dipali ma'am, you are unmuted, but you are not audible. If needed, we can jump to Sonali ma'am.
हाँ सोनाली जी आप तब तक बात कीजिए.
Courage, ma'am. Should never give up.
Brilliant.
Just try and you'll succeed.
That's a brilliant thing. Yes, new thing. Yes. So teachers, anything new share? That's a brilliant new thing came up. Mansi ji, anything new out of the calmness, patience, acceptance, and courage? I think चार चीजें तो मुझे याद है.
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, please.
Good morning. Good evening, ma'am. So what I thought, we need not to change anyone. Let it be. Let the life goes on. So go with the flow and calmly accept the things.
So it comes under acceptance again. Correct. Yeah, Dipali ji, your voice is clear now. I think we need to really move forward. Okay. And just one more. Okay. Yeah. Something wrong, Dipali ji. Revati ji, you speak. I can't hear. Okay. Revati ji. See, Siddhant, two people we'll take now. Revati ji and Renu Khosla, and we're moving forward after that. Just unmute.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible now?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Namaste. Here, the issue that I was facing was trust issue. So, so here I started understanding myself. Then, rather than thinking about me, I started working on I. I started trusting me. Yes, I can do it. So rather than affected by anyone, yeah, dependent on anyone, I think yes, I can do. So I started believing in me. I started motivating myself.
Brilliant.
So now I think I am doing much better than earlier now.
The trust factor. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
May I?
I think one
May
more
I?
last I'll take. Siddhant, you choose. रेनू मैम ने हाथ काफी टाइम से खड़ा किया हुआ है. अच्छा, दीपाली जी, you're unmuted if you want to say. Yeah. You're still not audible to us. Okay, रेनू जी आप बोलिए.
Yes, ma'am, but I found that we need to be understand others' feeling also. According to that, we need to change ourselves. Sometimes they don't understand, but it's okay with the time, with the flow, they understand us. Because if you're pure, if you're good, if your feelings are true, they definitely understand you. So we have to more patient. We have to keep more patience, and we have to empathy towards the others also.
So automatically, teachers, you are already taken out so many words out of this emotional intelligence solutions we were trying to drive to. There was a couple of words I could also give. Surrendering. आप लोगों ने उसको explain किया. No, surrendering is something we need to learn. Acceptance is something we need to learn. So ये चीजें over a period of time we really need to practice. I think it's a good amount of time we spend on activity 3, and it is.
May I, ma'am?
Okay, Mansi ji, last.
We can also find the happiness in the small things too, if we
Yes.
are going to do the things for it. Because I don't think so. No, because without happiness or without interest, nothing is going to be happen there.
Absolutely. Perfect. That's the ultimate goal ना. आपने तो last conclusion निकाल दिया. So great. Thank you, Mansi ji. So teachers, this is where I really want कि एक्टिविटीज को आप अपने डेली लाइफ में प्लीज यू नीड टू इन्वॉल्व. आपको कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा सिचुएशन कैसे हैंडल करनी है, पेपर और पेन लीजिए. होल डे यू कीप राइटिंग सो मेनी थिंग्स. राइट फॉर योरसेल्फ समटाइम्स. जस्ट जर्नल फॉर 5 मिनट्स. आपको सिचुएशन अटक गई, कोई पर्सन अटक गया, कुछ समझ नहीं आया, पुट ऑल द थॉट्स ऑफ योर्स ऑन द पेपर. पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव दोनों तरह के एस्पेक्ट आप लिखते जाइए कोई सिचुएशन के. एंड देन एंड ऑफ द डे यू विल गेट द सॉल्यूशन की क्या हुआ and how do I deal with it next day. I think you only have the solution with you. So moving forward very quickly now, सेल्फ रेगुलेशन पे आते हैं. हमने बहुत अच्छे से सेल्फ अवेयर कर लिया अपने आप को. पहले अपने आप को शांत किया माइंडफुलनेस से, एंड देन वी हैव डन द जर्नलिंग बाय नोइंग व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. नाउ व्हाट इज सेल्फ रेगुलेशन? इट इन्वॉल्व्स द स्किल ऑफ रिकॉग्नाइजिंग एंड अप्रोप्रिएटली मैनेजिंग वंस इमोशंस. आपने ऑलरेडी रिकॉग्नाइज सब कर लिया, आपको सॉल्यूशंस भी पता है. सो यू हाउ डू यू नाउ हैंडल both positive and negative emotions effectively is the regulation part. जैसे कि it involves staying calm under pressure. बहुत तेज प्रेशर ऑलरेडी आपके सिर पर है, चल रहा है, but how do you really respond? Not reacting impulsively with anger and managing stress. ये regulation कैसे करना है? Amazing activities we have around that too. कैसे? I'll let you know. Now, I'll ask you to close your eyes again. मैं आपको थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ. पहले आप एक बार मेरी आंख खोल के एक बार मुझे देखिए, ताकि आपको आंखें बंद करके समझ आ जाए मैं आपको क्या बोल रही हूँ. नाउ आई विल आस्क यू टू इमेजिन 2 सिचुएशंस. ओके, वन विल बी अ बैड सिचुएशन, अनदर विल बी अ गुड सिचुएशन. और मैं आपको ऐसे ही इमेजिन, अपने इमेजिनेशन बोर्ड आप रखेंगे सामने, और उस दोनों आपको आइडेंटिफाई करनी है अपनी बैड एंड गुड कोई भी एक्सपीरियंसेस को. और वो मैं आपको फिंगर बोलूंगी अपने बैड एक्सपीरियंस पे. और anyone?
Please continue, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So while I'm explaining, let's not have discussions. I'll give you the time to respond. Thank you. So I will ask you to put your fingers on the bad and the good situations, and then further on I will let you know what to do. Let's close the eyes. I wanted to let you know how to put your fingers on imaginary board like this. So close your eyes, take deep breath and relax. Now I want you to imagine a bad experience very recently happened in your today to yesterday or anytime nearer. and raise your right hand, index finger, in the imaginary board in front of you. Where do you see that situation, bad situation? There must be somewhere in the board in front of you that bad situation you have gone through earlier. Just put your index finger on that situation. Okay. Identify, put your finger. Raise your hands. Don't mind, raise your hands. It's okay. Imagine and put your finger where you see, okay, this situation is here. Okay. Index finger is kept on the bad situation. Now raise your left hand and imagine a very good situation, a very good experience in your life, and put your index finger in your imaginary board somewhere. That situation, where the situation is. Put your left index finger on that situation. Okay. They must be apart. Feel it. They must be apart. There must be very, very good emotional intelligent people who have it closer, as I can see. But their maximum people will have it apart. Okay. Now, I ask you to bring slowly, very slowly, these two index fingers close to each other. Very slowly. You must be feeling some resistance. Do you feel some kind of an energy? Do you feel resistance? Don't do it too fast. So just put your situations again back if people have not been able to do it. Very slowly try to bring these index fingers. Are you feeling the resistance? Yes. Okay. Now, even if you've overlapped, just try to leave the situation. Do they remain there or they go back to their original place? Leave the situations. Where are they? They've gone back to their original place? Yes? Okay. Let's open the eyes. Now what happened? Can anyone explain? And why it happened? Why you were not able to overlap your good and a bad situation? Anyone would like to answer? And it went back to the original position. Yeah, please. Revati ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when I saw that my there are noises, ma'am. So what I thought, so my bad situation was very
Sorry.
small in front of my good situation.
So my question is, if you tried overlapping, why it didn't overlap?
Because, ma'am, the good thought, what I thought is the good thought came into my mind was very big, and the bad situation was even what I thought is that is not even existence in front of my good thought.
So this is something you are differently answering. I'll let you know. I'll come back to your point later.
Shall I?
I'll write down your name, Supinder ji. Yeah. Anyone else? Revati ji, you want to say something? Yeah.
Yes, I do not know exactly what is the reason, but I was trying to bring my two index fingers together. Very strong energy I felt. If I really started, my shoulder started paining actually. I do not know what happened. It was just like, two magnets. The opposite side of magnets are just, we are trying to, join the sides, but, that resistance that I felt, I really
Remember this
don't
word,
understand what it is.
two opposite magnets, okay? Remember
Mag,
this word.
yes.
Okay.
Can
This
we
is
try
brilliant.
to join them so that there is a resistance?
There is it? Okay. I'll answer that. Okay. Anyone else want to say anything apart from
Yeah. I thought ki when I was feeling, but when I put my finger on the stress situation, so my entire body got a bit, but my muscles got a bit stiff, sort of maybe. Or when I was in a good mood, so that was something relaxed. So maybe because of that, this happened.
I'll answer that. Okay, I'll answer. So
I don't
anyway,
know.
I think
Yeah.
let me identify this thing now. Couple of answers I heard. So what is happening? Your bad situation and a good situation are different polarized way, because the way magnets, she used the word magnets, they are totally different polarities. If one exists, the second one cannot come. If your bad situation exists, the good one will not come. If your good come is there, the bad ones will not impact. They are polarity wise separate. So अगर आपने कभी emotions के funnel देखे हो, you know, मैंने पहले वो wheel दिखाया, the similar kind of a color schema carries into a funnel situation where the darker colors are the ones which are angry, all those, you know, dirty energies. And the moment you're going up and up and up in that funnel, the lighter colors are the good colors, happy colors and things. तो जब डेंस एनर्जीज होती है या आपके जो सैड मोमेंट्स होते हैं, तो उस टाइम पे गुड मोमेंट्स या गुड इमोशंस आपको रिपेल कर जाते हैं इमीडिएटली. द लर्निंग इज द इमोशनल आइडेंटिफिकेशन आपने कर लिया, उसको सेग्रीगेट करना बहुत जरूरी है. नोइंग कि मेरा ये रॉन्ग इमोशन है, नोइंग कि मेरा ये गुड इमोशन है. नाउ अगर आपका ग्लास ऑलरेडी भरा हुआ है with whatever juice or whatever you call it, can you pour in पूरे भरे हुए glass में more juice? Or let's say if I want to pour water into that glass, same glass I have, my body is same, my soul is same, everything is same, it is already filled with juice and I want to have water over above that glass, can I pour it? What do I need to do? I need to take out that juice and then empty it and then pour water. Energies का game बिल्कुल same है. It cannot be generated, it cannot be destroyed, it can only be changed or transformed. तो रेगुलेशन में हम कर क्या रहे हैं? वी आर आइडेंटिफाइंग ये मेरा रॉन्ग सिचुएशन है और ये मेरा राइट सिचुएशन है. मुझे इसको ओवरलैप अगर करना है, आई नो दे बोथ विल नॉट एग्जिस्ट इन द सेम कंपार्टमेंट. सेम कंपार्टमेंट में आप उन दोनों एनर्जीज को प्ले नहीं कर सकते जब तक आप इमोशनली इतने इंटेलिजेंट हो. I could see Shammi ma'am's ka both the fingers too close to each other. That's what I mentioned that time. There are people who know how to handle. When you start bringing this together, you know the situation. Okay, this I can manage. मेरा polarized है, मैं दोनों को इकट्ठे नहीं रख सकती. What you need to do is take out that one and let that the other one which you want to be there. तो bad memories के ऊपर अगर आप overlap कर दो good memory, बहुत ज्यादा खराब सिचुएशन है. उसी वक्त अगर आप आंखें बंद करो और बहुत अच्छे अच्छे इवेंट्स ध्यान में लाओ, आप कहीं ट्रिप पे गए, ट्रैवल पे गए, सम वेरी ब्यूटीफुल थिंग हैपेंड इन योर लाइफ एंड सडनली ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ 5 मिनट्स और 10 मिनट्स आपका वो बैड सिचुएशन जो है वो फिल हो जाएगा, बिकॉज आपने उसको ओवरलैप, उसको एक्सट्रैक्ट करना शुरू कर दिया बाय रीफिलिंग इट विद द अदर वाटर. आपने ये देखे भी होंगे बहुत टाइम पर पहले ना, ये वीडियोस भी चल रहे थे. देयर वर सम मड का वाटर एंड यू नो somebody is trying to pour to make it clean. What they were doing, they were overflowing fresh water into the glass, muddy glass water so intensely that the mud kept going out and out and out and out until the time the water got cleaned. So what is happening? It is replacing glass. उतना ही है. Sonali ji, want to say something?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Ma'am, I just want to question one thing only.
Ji.
That as you said, ma'am, many times it happened, means I don't know about others, but I say yes. But there are situations, still there are situations
No
where
denying.
we see that negative overpowers the positives. Means apart from XYZ incidents happen in anywhere, but there are some individuals or there are some instances which make us feel that no, this shouldn't be happen. Maybe because of our ego or maybe due to any XYZ factor. But at the same time, when we realize that we are the only ones who are saying positive things about others, and they they don't feel so, means if
Totally
anything
understood.
comes,
Totally
then
understood your point.
uh,
No denying about that. Such situations will always be there. Now, what is happening? आप बोलोगे मैम आप तो हमें ये सारा कुछ सिखा रहे हो, बहुत बढ़िया, वी डू इट, बट सामने वाला ही अगर समझे ही ना तो हम क्या करने वाले, राइट? You remember one of the teacher did say that you can't change the other person. So obviously, the very first thing is awareness. You can't change the other person. The second one teacher said acceptance आ गया. So second is okay, that person is there like that only, accept it. Forgiving and forgetting में बहुत फर्क होता है. हम लोग आजकल क्या कह रहे हैं सबको, फॉरगिव करना सीखो, ठीक है? फॉरगेट करना जरूरी नहीं है. आप भूल जाओगे कि आपके साथ क्या हुआ तो आप दोबारा से सिचुएशन में आओगे, राइट? सामने वाला आपका नहीं समझ रहा है, बट द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग एम्पैथी, मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग टू मच ऑफ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस विद इन यू, ये सिचुएशन की अक्रेंस की फ्रीक्वेंसी का क्या होगा आप बताओ? अर्लियर इट वाज हैपनिंग लेट्स से एवरी 15 days. It may start happening 2 months, once in 2 months. It then may start happening once in 6 months. And then you will overcome or make so much intelligent that you would not indulge too much into those conflicting things. और ये तो मतलब एक माइंडसेट हो जाता ना कि इस थ्रेशोल्ड के बाद ये बंदा यहाँ से कुछ और ही, यू नो, द पर्सन इन फ्रंट कैन डू समथिंग डिफरेंट. आप उस थ्रेशोल्ड को टच करना बंद कर दोगे. व्हाई टू अननेसेसरली मैं अपना पीस क्यों खराब करूं? सी एंड ऑफ द डे दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस ना इन अ सिचुएशंस. Or if my understanding is correct to your question.
Ma'am, I just want to ask that, as you can say, the negative or the positive and negative, they are so close that the negative, as per my understanding, the negative will evacuate and finally the positives took over. But I just want to I just want to question it, that is it is there any way that we can overpower the negatives, or you sorry, or
Not
you can
overnight.
say sorry, not overpower, I'm sorry, it's
You
just
can't
that
control the other one. Yeah.
I'm so sorry ma'am, that positives take over our negative ones, because 90% of, I'm talking about myself only, why to say only the positive things, like many times it has happened that we I personally concentrate that that person or that incident happened, but when they have that time, and we did so much good to that person, so now every time only we are thinking about that good and each and everything happens. Of course forgiveness is good, but the point is only for our peace, that person or that incident has no longer has an impact.
See, end of the
I just want to means
yeah, it's like it little confusing, right? Because you are running through solutions as I see.
Can
What
I add
happened?
one thing? Can I
Yeah,
add one
yeah,
thing?
please add.
सोनाली, मैं ना थोड़ा बिलीव करती हूँ क्विक फिक्स थोड़े से सॉल्यूशंस में. तो जो मैंने जो सीखा है, समझा है कि वी ऑल आर एक्टर्स, ठीक है? तो एक्टर्स एक्टिंग करते करते वो हमारे अंदर ही आ जाती है, हमें पता नहीं चलता. तो व्हाट आई फील सो मच नेगेटिविटी व्हाटएवर जो भी हुआ, वो उसको हम एक ओवरलैप करके हम अगर पॉजिटिव की तरफ एक्टिंग करनी शुरू कर दें, यू नेवर नो हाउ पॉजिटिव यू पर्सन बिकम ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम.
You took that
किसी को
right.
20 साल लगते हैं, किसी को 10 साल लगते हैं, किसी को 10 महीने लगते हैं. So their time of adjusting with the people around is different. But we have to, this is one solution that I feel कि हाँ, मैं जब लोगों के साथ एक्ट कर रही थी ना कि मैं बड़ी हैप्पी हूँ, मैं सच में हैप्पी होने लगी. I understanding and I found my solutions. Fine, thank you.
So, very right word Aarti used. Actually, I was missing my mind. We call it fake it till you make it. Absolutely correct. Fake it till you make it. So, totally, you have to, start working on it. Even if it is not coming out of your inside, start working on it. Slowly and slowly, the whole situation will turn around like that only.
एंड सोनाली, हम कई बार सोचते हैं कि ना हमारे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, एंड वी डोंट नो द अदर स्टोरीज. बहुत लोगों के साथ बहुत कुछ होता है, But the only thing is we are not communicating. That is why we feel कि मेरी किस्मत में ऐसा है, मेरे ही क्यों negative emotions आती हैं, because we are the people filled with lot of stories and lot of emotions. That is why it happens. Fine.
Brilliant.
I think this will take little 15-20 minutes to discuss. We can take it towards the end.
Yeah. So I'll move forward very quickly. Yeah. Because these are emotions coming out now, then automatically.
And so now certainly we are there with you. We will be discussing it towards the end.
Definitely. So I hope this activity really helped you identifying and then possibly segregating your emotions so that you are in a position to work on it, because segregation is important. Moving forward. Third factor which we need to work on ourselves was motivation. And it is over a period of time you keep developing motivation factors for yourself. अच्छा ये चीज मुझे motivate करता है, ये चीज से मैं pep up feel करती हूँ. You'll have to really start imbibing those things in your life more and more, because more you are positive, more you are motivated, more you actually deliver the same thing to others also. You become a motivating factor yourself. So you have to set and pursue your goals very, very clearly. Then only you stay motivated. आपको पता है मुझे यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाना है, मुझे आज मैं यहाँ हूँ, मुझे ये बनना है. Till the time you don't have a defined path for yourself. आपको ठीक है, आज उठ गए, चले जाते हैं, आ जाते हैं, घर चल रहा है, फिर चले जाते हैं, फिर आ जाते हैं. Job becomes very, very boring, lethargic, and then over a period of time आपको लगेगा नहीं, ये क्या ही कर रही हूँ, क्यों इस प्रोफेशन में हूँ. पूरा का पूरा वो एस्पेक्ट ही आउट हो जाएगा. So what you really need to do is really define yourself what motivates you. It motivates you to talk to your kids. It motivates you to innovatively make them study. It motivates you to create something different while you're teaching, a creative way of teaching. Why don't you just involve something like that? Dedication आपकी कहाँ है, कहाँ क्या चीज है जो आप persistently आप करना चाहते हो. Those things. Proactively taking charge, seizing opportunities and aligning efforts. ये तो any organizational objectives हैं. You whether call it school or any corporates as well. Positive outlook लेके चलना है. तो motivation helps you in every situation, while you inspire others when you are motivated yourself. आप खुद ही एक positive being हो जाते हो. So 3 aspect हो गए हमारे self के ऊपर. अब आते हैं जो हमारा interpersonal है, between the two people. Empathy, as we spoke about very, very clearly. Understanding the other person's emotions. हमने ये already activity भी करके देख लिया, and then usually we really need to understand कि रुक जाओ, whatever we saying, we are saying all of it is good. Just put yourself into the other shoe also, थोड़ी देर के लिए. While listening helps. बहुत बड़ा गुण है, बहुत 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 बड़ा. I am just repeating it so badly. When you are sitting and talking to somebody, just don't keep telling your story. आपने देखा होगा क्या होता है usually. We two ladies also sit and somebody says, आज पता है क्या हुआ? My husband went to market, did this, did that. हम सुन नहीं रहे होते, हम comparison में अपने husband का activity ध्यान में अपने दिमाग में चला रहे होते हैं. और वो the सामने वाला person could be just halfway through the statement and we said, अरे मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ. Does it happen? Very common, very, very common. पता है आज मेरे पीठ में बड़ा दर्द हो रहा था, अरे पता है मेरे तो बहुत ही बुरी तरीके से सिर दर्द हो गया, आज तो मेरा बहुत. So we are not listening to the other person, what other person is trying to say कि मेरा उसका situation क्या है. Listening to that situation of the person, we start thinking our own situation in comparison to that situation. Most of the time, 99% we do it. We don't listen. We don't. That is her situation. Why are you correlating? So stop and actively listen. Automatically empathy will kick in. And slowly you will understand कि सामने वाला emotions क्या दिखा रहा है. Because when you are not listening, you are already involved in your own thinking. You would not understand their non-verbal cues. And then you will not understand the different perspective of somebody else. आप सिर्फ अपनी बात करते रह जाओगे. और फिर कहाँ क्या बिल्ट होता है? फिर बिल्ट होता है ईगो. फिर बिल्ट होता है conflict. Active listening is the word. You can do empathy, active listening, very, very clearly. And it includes sometimes supporting others out of the way, और जाके भी कर सकते हो आप. Constructive feedback देने बहुत जरूरी है. Empathy वहां शो हो जाती है. जैसे ही कोई बच्चा आपके पास आता है, सेज दैट मैम ये पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर है, मैंने लिख दिया है, आप चेक कर लीजिए। आपने कॉपी चेक करी, उसके अंदर आपको बहुत सारी गलतियां मिली। आप बच्चे को बुलाते, अरे तुमको समझ में नहीं आता, डोंट डोंट टेक मी अदरवाइज, आई एम जस्ट कोटिंग एन एग्जांपल। तुम्हें समझ में नहीं आता ये क्या लिखा है, ये कोई आंसर है? तुम्हें मैंने उसी क्लास में अभी इतना सब कुछ डिटेल में पढ़ाया था, फिर तुम्हें गायब हो गया। एंड व्हाट आर यू रिटन, दिस इज जस्ट रॉन्ग, ये वो एंड ऑल दैट वी डू, देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी वी डू। ओके, कंस्ट्रक्टिवली हाउ कैन यू जस्ट गिव अ फीडबैक? यू टेलिंग दैट किड, I understand that you have tried mentioning a particular aspect of this problem. However, how about if you write it this way? Now, it was so constructive, kid will give complete attention to you. That she is not saying that I have done wrong, but I could improve it. Anyone who really is even doing little effort, if recognized, would like to do it double, triple, 4 times. And if it is snubbed, there is a possibility he drop. So how you can do very small steps while even responding to the kid, how he has performed, we do it constructively. Even if it is wrong, say, good, you have tried really good way in a beautiful manner, but possibly this could have been done in this way. Whatever these answer solutions. And then it really fosters trust. He'll start coming back to you, ma'am, I have tried this, done something, can you help me with? See, automatically he started improving. See the results over a period of time, you would know it. Empathy by doing these small activities can really help in a big way. Or service oriented approach aap leke chaloge to nothing like it, that goes beyond expectation. People can really do well. Okay, moving forward, this was very important to put focus on. That's the reason why I thought maybe I'll just hold on. Now, I'll see how much time it allows me. So I give it to you. I'll not stop here for a long time here. There is a role play. You can do it with your kids. We can pass it on to you. Choose your partner. You can ask 2 kids to choose the partner. I am just giving this role play to be played in your schools or within the class. And you can let one person share the real life problem. Could be any situation that one person is. The other person only listens. Okay, I'm giving it to you as a homework. Maybe other person listens and maps out few pointers. Basis these 3 aspects. 1, when the one person is talking, note down the emotions. वो इस wheel में से आप identify कीजिएगा. Give that wheel to the other person who's listening. Okay. One person is explaining, the other person is noting down on the wheel कि ये क्या emotions दिखा रहा है अभी. While he is talking, उसके क्या emotions निकल के आ रहे हैं बाहर. Second, उसने जो अपनी problem बताई, उसमें उसकी needs, उसे क्या जरूरत है, वो इस situation को इतना क्यों highlight कर रहा है, उसकी need क्या है इसके पीछे, उसके comfortable emotion क्या है, क्यों आपसे शेयर कर रहा है. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And third, कि उसका पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है, उसकी इंटेंट क्या है, विलिंगनेस क्या है, why. Okay? उसकी जरूरत क्या है और उसकी इंटेंट क्या है, why. और फिर आप स्वैप कीजिए, let the other person speak and first person listens. ये प्रैक्टिस अगर आप करवाते हैं क्लासेस में, it can bring lot of empathy between the kids. Active listening increases. They would feel the emotions of others clearly and they would actually try to identify the emotions correctly. तो आप बच्चे को पहले दिन से ही EI enhance कर रहे हो by making them self-aware. Right? I think we can take it as a homework because then time doesn't allow me to really go through it thoroughly. Moving forward, Anon team, kindly share that. And the other last skill of interpersonal is social. Now, when you say social skill, बहुत clearly, just being into your profession and personal sometimes does not enhance and give you the opportunity to become good or increase your social skills. आप अपनी सोशल स्किल को बढ़ाने के लिए अपार्ट फ्रॉम द एम्पैथेटिक कम्युनिकेशन, एक्टिव स्किलिंग या मीनिंगफुल इंटरैक्शंस आप इंक्रीज कर रहे हो, आप बच्चों को रोल प्ले भी करवा सकते हो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशंस में, मीडिएटिंग डिस्प्यूट्स में. सोशल स्किल यहां काम आएंगी. दे कैन लर्न दिस. Mutual agreements कैसे होते हैं, we can develop these kind of things, some kind of a role play exercises. Also, how do you go about making strong relationships, networking कैसे करनी है, encouraging. So if you have higher social skill, all these comes by along with it. कैसे कर सकते हैं. Another social skill के लिए you can create a this also you can adapt in your school. Conflict resolution scenario आप बनाइए जिसमें you can create a role play kind of a scenario and expectations clear कीजिए कि मान लीजिए कोई बच्चा एकदम से आया और कुछ हिट करने के लिए आया दूसरे बच्चे को, तो इस एंग्री मोमेंट को या आप इसको किस तरीके से सामने जो रिसीविंग एंड का बच्चा है उसे कैसे मीडिएट कर सकता है. उसके ऑप्शंस हैं. या तो वो वापस एंगर शो करेगा, या वो उसको बच के भागने की कोशिश करेगा, या फर्मली उसको स्टॉप करने की कोशिश करेगा, या हेल्प लेने की कोशिश करेगा. दे कुड बी एनी. बच्चों का बहुत थॉट प्रोसेस बहुत बहुत ही वैरायटी में जाते हैं. सो यू हैव टू रियली टीच देम कि उनकी डी एस्केलेट कैसे करना है सिचुएशन को, या वो शांत से पहले उसको सुने कि वो सामने वाला आया है, क्या करने आया है, और उसका फिर इमोशनल कंट्रोल कैसे लेना है, और फिर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग कैसे करनी है. राइट. Similarly, you can do role play for constructive feedback, that you heard somebody shouting on you, or you found somebody at a mistake, but you want to really communicate back that you are at mistake. How will you communicate in a constructive feedback? You can do that role play. And if there is a parent who is very annoyed with some reasons or something, we call it customer service, उसका स्ट्रेस, या आपके प्रिंसिपल आपके ऊपर गुस्सा कर रहे हैं बहुत जोर से, देयर सो मच ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेशंस दे हैव इट फ्रॉम यू, उसका स्ट्रेस आप कैसे डील करते हो. Somebody is shouting on you and trying to negotiate with you. How do you manage your emotion? Watch out. Do some practices among yourself while showing the professionalism. तो आपको अपने statements को calm, composed और words chosen कैसे लेने हैं, by practice it comes. Sometimes you can write scripts for yourself. अगर एक situation आया मुझे कैसे करना है, अभी आपके सामने ये role plays के मैंने situation throw की है. Why don't you just sit down one time and put down on paper, अगर मेरे सामने ये situation आई, how do I deal with it? You may have come across something in the past. Use that situation and now reiterate for yourself. If my EI was higher, how would I have dealt with it? Showing empathy and zero impact on self emotion. तो खुद को impact नहीं करना है, तो उसको deal कैसे करना है, it's an important piece. Okay. I think I'm done with my presentation, is it? Okay, let's brainstorm. So now I can take question answers. It was abruptly. So I have not done the role plays. If you want, you guys can, choose a particular piece of role play if you want to do, and we can try that out.
Thank you, Davinder. It's very important to do further 10-minute discussion on the things that are there. I know there are so many situations. Being a teacher also, in a personal life also, there are things that you are not able to manage. आप अपना नाम ना लेकर अपनी फ्रेंड का नाम लेकर डिस्कस कर सकते हो, but please open up and ask the question because that is very important.
Thank you very much, ma'am. This session is very good. And after that, a few of the activities, ma'am, like feeling very calm because right now there is some pressure in the school. We are preparing for the exhibition. And today I was also in the state act. So it's very calming session for me. And it's good. And what I thought, I agree with you, it is very important for us to control our emotions in the school. It's very, very much important because if we are not in the control for all our emotions, students will not discuss anything with us. क्योंकि कई बार बच्चे ऐसा भी होता है घर पे नहीं डिस्कस कर पाते, पेरेंट्स के सामने कई बार नहीं ओपन हो पाते. Sometimes it is easy with the teachers, they can discuss with us. But if we are not in the control, so how could they discuss? So what my point of view is this, I always follow a principle in my mind. What my mother taught me, कि your life is like a कर्म भूमि. आप इस लाइफ में हो तो कुछ करना ही है, तो फिर उसको वो क्यों करना है, फर्स्ट ये करो, everything will be good and everything will be setting for you. So I have always follow this, and I really like this session. Thank you, ma'am.
बिन्नी मैम, आपके स्कूल में जब हम आएंगे ना, आई वांट टू मीट यू स्पेशली एंड वांट टू हग यू, फाइंड यू हैव मोस्ट ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ द स्टूडेंट प्रॉब्लम, आई एम श्योर। ग्रेट।
Sure, ma'am.
ओके, काजल मैम।
Yeah, ma'am. Especially, I just want to say one thing. There is one takeaway definitely which I'll take from this session is journaling. Journaling is something, which I used to avoid. But today, when I did, a lot of things and emotions that are coming into my mind. And definitely, it is a wonderful thing to pen down your emotions, let it flow, let it go. Think solutions will come by itself. And, patience and, finding the solution to a problem. It comes within time as and when you, encounter the problem with. So basically, let us suppose that if we are in a situation where we are stuck, struggling with the emotions, sometimes we need to let it go. Wait for the time. Time is the best enhancer, which I would say, and definitely the problem will pass by, and we will definitely get the solution to it. So this is what I am feeling, which Sonali ma'am was saying, that sometimes negative emotions overpower you, so it comes with the practice. So definitely it would come through, and empathy is one another factor, you know which actually gives all the solution. So that's my take on this.
काजल मैम, आई विल ऐड समथिंग हियर। आपने कहा जर्नलिंग जब हम करते हैं तो पर ये होता क्यों है? आई जस्ट गिव यू द साइंस बिहाइंड इट, व्हाई इट हैपेंस। सो व्हेनेवर देयर इज एन इमोशन, there is a part in your brain that is called the amygdala that is activated. That's the irrational brain or the emotional brain. But when you write down that emotion, when you are journaling, then your prefrontal cortex becomes active because you're using language now. तो एक टाइम पे एक ब्रेन ही एक्टिव हो सकता है, आइदर एमिगडला और द प्रीफ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स विच इज द लॉजिकल वन. So now you are giving power to the prefrontal cortex, and that's where your right decisions come in. तो जर्नलिंग करना से केवल ऐसा ही नहीं है कि हमने लिख दिया बाहर निकल गई, आपने अपने ब्रेन को ट्रेन कर दिया कि मूव टूवर्ड्स the right where you can take right decisions. So that is the science behind it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That's a wonderful thing that you shared, and it's a knowledge basically that you added on today. So thank you very much, ma'am, for this.
Thank you, Shamiji, in fact.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Aisha.
Yeah. Ma'am, actually, yes, I agree with Kajal, ma'am, that patience is the key. But this is also that journaling will help. But you go through sometimes too many things are there, and when 3, 4 situations back to back happen, and you as a human being, you tend to be patient. 2 में, 3 में, 5 में आपका breakdown हो जाता है. I agree that and then you realize also कि भाई यहाँ तो मुझे react नहीं करना था, but this is something negative. So, what should we do in this situation? Like, ठीक है, I agree, we are following steps, we are patient. I'm very positive all the time. But there is one point that peak एक बार touch होता है. So, that time I know it can be really very bad, or, maybe you can say something that you should not be. Maybe you do something that is not acceptable. But, at that point, everything stops. So, as educators, as mothers, as wives, as daughter-in-law or sister-in-law, you are doing multiple roles. Everybody is running around. No one knows who's fighting which battle. But yes, it happens, one emotional breakdown. So I just say that I just want to discuss this. The reason being that every time we are patients, we are positive. Ignore कर दिया, अरे बहुत बोलता है ये. If I react, मेरी तो बहस हो जाएगी. मुझे react नहीं करना. But at one point then, आप ना कंट्रोल करते करते भी आप बोल जाते हो। हम क्या करें कि ये वाला पॉइंट ना आए।
So
It
definitely,
happens, especially in work fields. जैसे we are teachers. It can be anyone, our colleagues, our seniors, our juniors, maybe someone else. या फिर ये भी होता है कि जिस पे गुस्सा निकालना तो उस पे तो निकला नहीं, but someone else faces the consequences और वो सुन जाता है, वो the
it is
person who's the third
very,
person.
very
Yes, ma'am.
natural, very, very natural. You can't be 100% the way it is taught. You will be some percent the other side also. Have the acceptance. There are situations you would not be in a position to respond the way you want to, but you will respond the way it is designed for. It is okay. I would say it is okay. One, do not carry guilts. They go a long way with you unnecessarily. Do not carry guilt. If you know how to improve after that, do that. If you feel there is no point getting indulged, avoid. Right? Yeah. Shamiji, you want to add something?
See, I'll take 2 minutes, if you allow me. तो आयशा जी, होता क्या है कि जब हमारे साथ एक एक्सपीरियंस हुआ बुरा, सेम पर्सन माइट डू अनदर एक्सपीरियंस, तो वो जो पहला एक्सपीरियंस है ना, उसका चश्मा हम पहले ही लगा के बैठे होते हैं, ठीक है ना। तो जब हम उससे मिलते हैं तो वो वाला जो एक्सपीरियंस है, दैट दैट कलर इज ऑलरेडी देयर, वी हैव दोज थॉट्स नाउ, वी हैव, और अगर दोबारा होता है या नहीं होता, बट वी आर रिस्पॉन्डिंग थ्रू दैट एक्सपीरियंस, सो द गैप स्टार्ट्स इंक्रीजिंग। दैट इज फर्स्ट थिंग। सेकेंड थिंग इज कि आपने कहा हम इस सिचुएशन से बाहर कैसे आए, तो प्लीज रिमेंबर वी आर ऑल वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस, everyone, we are all in the learning zone, but if you see how we can do it is deep breathing, माइंडफुलनेस की जो मैम ने, दविंदर मैम ने कराई है ना, दैट वो रामबाण है। क्यों? क्योंकि जब भी हम रिएक्ट करते हैं या जब भी हम कोई स्ट्रेस्ड होते हैं, आवर ब्रीदिंग इज वेरी शैलो, राइट? सो यू हैव टू ब्रेक दैट पैटर्न, एंड उस टाइम पे बोलेंगे तो वो नहीं होगा, विच मीन्स इट हैज टू बी अ प्रैक्टिस। एंड व्हेन वी प्रैक्टिस डीप ब्रीदिंग एवरी डे, आप मेरे को गुस्सा कुछ भी बोलोगे, मेरे को गुस्सा कम से कम आएगा, आई विल नॉट लेट इट एंटर माई एमिगडला, बिकॉज नाउ माई प्री फ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स विल ऑलवेज बी फंक्शनिंग। तो आपने उस एरिया को जब एक्टिवेट कर दोगे, तो जो सिचुएशंस आती हैं ना, वो इम्पैक्ट, वो सिचुएशन वही रहती है, वो नहीं होगा कि द पर्सन विल नॉट क्रिएट दैट सिचुएशन, बट योर लुकिंग एट दैट सिचुएशन चेंजेस एंड यू स्टॉप रिएक्टिंग इवन एट द 5th टाइम, वो फिर अब खिसक के 6th पे हो जाता है और फिर 10th पे हो जाता है, एंड देन यू स्टॉप केयरिंग। जैसे देवेंद्र मैम ने कहा कि आई नाउ जस्ट से इट्स ओके, this thing will be like this, but this is how I am responding. So work in progress है, करते रहो, 5 को 6 पे लेके जाओ, 6 को 10 पे लेके जाओ, and you can do it. हमारी अपनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस ही है ना। वन ऑल्सो थिंक, दविंदर मैम, वी जनरली डू इट, क्योंकि मैम ने कहा, सोनाली मैम ने, सोनाली जी क्या होता है कि हम ना, क्यों हमको दुख होता है, because of expectations. We expect this is my brother, this is my husband, this is my sister-in-law, whatever, and this is the way they should behave, this is the response. हम वो आउटकम को पहले सोचते हैं, तो जो वो आउटकम मेरे अकॉर्डिंग नहीं होता, I feel bad. So if I stop having expectations, no expectations, no regrets, acceptance, no expectations, and the last thing, getting into the gratitude zone. हम चीजों को जो नहीं है, so if a person is there, no relationship would be perfect, whether it is professional or personal, but what happens is, if I look at a certain person, just the missing points in that person, I will always be looking at that, and that's where I end up feeling frustrated. But that person might be having at least one good thing in them, so remember that one good thing, and you would not end up being frustrated, because जिंदगी है, चुनौतियां तो आएंगी ही। Yeah, thank you. Sorry,
Thank
Davinder
you
ma'am, I
so
took
much,
your
ma'am.
time.
Thank you so much.
So with that, I would request all the educators as well as Devinder ma'am. Thank you so much for an amazing, amazing session. आपने तो सच में इमोशनल कर दिया.
Thank you very much, Davinder ma'am. Any time I listen to you, I mean, मेरी ये दिमाग के ना सारे जाले और साफ होने शुरू हो जाते हैं, and I just learn so much.
You
So
are you're really well connected. I had noticed in some activities already. So
So,
perfect.
yeah, so thank you very much again for taking out your time. We know you are so busy. Even during your travel, you come up and hold these sessions for us. So, I think our educators must have got a lot of takeaways and self awareness. सबको पता होता है, but कैसे करें? वो वाली जो techniques या जो doables आपने दिए हैं, I think that is going to go a long way with them. So, thank you very much, and remember, कमल कीचड़ में खिलता है। अगर हमारे आसपास कीचड़ है तो समझो हम कमल बनने की तैयारी में हैं, राइट? सो वंस अगेन थैंक यू वेरी 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 मच। नमस्कार
Thank you.
एंड जय हिंद।